We've got the Nissan Pathfinder and the Toyota Highlander, and they're battling it out in our comparison this week.
Both are three-row SUVs. The Pathfinder was just released, so let's get into it.
The Pathfinder carries over the 3.5-liter V6 engine from the previous model, but now has a 9-speed automatic transmission, no longer a CVT. It has 284 horsepower and 259 pound-feet of torque. There's a new all-wheel drive system on the Pathfinder with 7 terrain settings. In Canada, all-wheel drive is standard. In the US, both two-wheel drive and all-wheel drive models are offered.
The Highlander comes standard with a 3.5-liter V6 engine and an 8-speed automatic transmission. It has 295 horsepower and 263 pound-feet of torque with available front-wheel drive or optional all-wheel drive. Toyota also offers a hybrid version with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine paired with Toyota's hybrid system, and it produces 243 horsepower.
So on the Pathfinder website, because we're probably going to get some questions about this, it says 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive, but we are saying it's all-wheel drive.
There's a bit of a line that you have to cross in order to be a true 4-wheel drive vehicle. This is what the purists always talk about. So yes, it has an all-wheel drive system. For marketing purposes, they're calling it 4-wheel drive. Of course, power goes to all 4 wheels. But typically a 4-wheel drive system is one where you can lock the power either front to back or side to side. That's typically what you get on a vehicle like a Jeep, maybe a 4Runner, something like that. So in my opinion, 4-wheel drive and a Pathfinder is just purely marketing.
The new Pathfinder is quieter than the outgoing model thanks to more sound insulation and acoustic glass. It offers a sporty and dynamic drive, but bumpy when on uneven pavement. Once you get up to highway speed, the ride is fairly smooth and the power is sufficient. The Pathfinder is easy to maneuver in city traffic. It feels composed and stable around turns. Passengers won't feel like they're being tossed around. The steering is a bit heavier than some of the competition in this class, but it's easy to turn and park. The Pathfinder comes standard with plenty of driver assistance features, including blind spot monitoring and rear cross-traffic alert.
In contrast, the Highlander has a comfortable and smoother ride. It takes the corners with ease, and it has a V6 engine that really doesn't disappoint. It accelerates quickly and offers plenty of power when you need it to, whether you're on the highway or doing city driving. The Highlander comes standard with Toyota Safety Sense 2.5, which includes blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert. It's quite interesting. They're similar in size, similar sort of attitude. The Pathfinder for sure has a bumpier ride, and the Highlander has a more composed ride. I kind of prefer the Highlander.
Well, I think more people will probably prefer the Highlander and that type of smooth drive, but I really enjoyed the Pathfinder. It feels kind of rugged and bumpy and has maybe a more exciting drive because of that.
I think it's part of this whole marketing thing we just talked about. So they're marketing their all-wheel drive as 4-wheel drive, and then when you drive it, it's kind of trucky feeling over bumps. They're obviously trying to differentiate themselves with people who still like the idea of a truck and not a crossover.
For sure. The new Pathfinder is inspired by the original Pathfinder that came out 35 years ago with a boxy and rugged design. You can see the original slotted hood design is mirrored here. The front has a long hood with a short overhang and a more vertical front design. The V-Motion grille has a square style to it, making it look more modern. Nissan modified the boomerang LED headlights to give the Pathfinder a strong look. The back end looks sharp with the bold script across the boxy tailgate and the addition of slimmer taillights. For the first time, Nissan is offering a 2-tone paint scheme.
The Pathfinder comes standard with LED headlamps and LED tail lamps, plus 18-inch wheels. One up from the base model has the motion-activated power liftgate and a panoramic sunroof. The top 2 trims come standard with 20-inch wheels. In the US, you can add packages to your trims, but in Canada, it's trims only.
The Highlander has a sophisticated exterior design with modern lines and expanded fender flares with standard LED headlamps and 18-inch wheels. 20-inch are available on the top 3 trims. All of these design features improves aerodynamic efficiency, reducing wind noise while enhancing the vehicle's stability. The XLE trim comes standard with a moonroof and a power tailgate. The top limited trim is where you'll find a panoramic sunroof and power tailgate with kick sensor.
So I think everything is going to have script across the back and look like a Land Rover or a Range Rover. That's the trend we're seeing in the industry from all brands.
Yeah, Hyundai, Kia, we
Yep.
see it all the same, but it does look good, so why not copy it?
Yeah, I think that they're both nice looking vehicles. I'm not really getting excited about either of them. They do their job as a family vehicle, but Pathfinder looks better than the previous model.
For sure it does. Nissan did a lot of research into this Pathfinder to give consumers exactly what they want. And this boxy, rugged design, I think fits the bill because there are so many other vehicles out there that have maybe a more sophisticated, elegant look. We see that with the Telluride, that boxy design and how popular it is. So why not give it a try with the Pathfinder?
So we do this comparison twice in a week. Well, you're watching the one here on YouTube, but the day before it also drops on Instagram. Andrea puts it out at Motormouth_Andrea, and then she takes your comments and we read them out.
Reliability is the take home for me. If I'm shuffling munchkins around, I want a smooth ride in a car that won't surprise me as it ages.
I'm guessing that's the Highlander. Next up is Pathfinder looks a lot better. The only reason to buy a Highlander is because of Toyota's brand reliability, but it's simply boring and looks like a school bus in my opinion.
We still love our 2015 Highlander, so Nissan will have a long way to gain my confidence. But I must admit, I love the new look of the new Pathfinder. So next year, when we're ready to buy again, I envision giving it serious consideration, assuming it passes the Motormouth test.
I'm a huge Toyota fan, but the Pathfinder just looks a lot better.
Since I just brought my new Highlander home on Saturday, I will have to pick the Highlander. I absolutely love it and have owned Toyotas for 25 years and they have never done me wrong. The Pathfinder interior is all new. Thanks to the additional interior volume, this SUV offers easier cargo and family loading with wider rear doors and room for up to 8 passengers, which is new for the Pathfinder. Nissan increased the hip room in the third row by almost 5 inches to increase the seating capacity from 2 to 3 seats. Captain's chairs are now available for the first time and are standard on the top trim. All other trims get a bench seat. The Pathfinder has a removable center console on the top trim, no tools are needed, and allows items up to 7 inches wide to pass through the captain's chairs. There is also easier entry and exit from the third row with one-touch seating, which pitches the seat forward to provide a wide opening for the driver or passenger side, even with a car seat attached.
If you go 2 up from the base model on Pathfinder, it comes standard with the larger 9-inch touchscreen. Pro Pilot with navigation, driver's seat memory, leather appointed seats, heated second row seats, gunmetallic brushed trim instead of piano black, and wireless Apple Carplay. The top trim you see here will get you extra features like a 12.3-inch digital driver display, ambient lighting, quilted leather appointed seats, ventilated front seats, a bronze metallic brushed interior, head-up display, wireless charger, and a 13-speaker Bose sound system.
The Highlander offers a comfortable and well-designed cabin. On the higher trims, the interior feels more luxurious with soft padded surfaces and stitching, available ambient lighting, and inset steering wheel controls. The base model comes standard with an 8-inch touchscreen, 4.2-inch driver display, Apple Carplay and Android Auto, heated front fabric seats, a second row bench seat that slides and reclines, and the third row lies flat and also reclines. Soft-Tech seats are standard on the middle XLE trim and leather on the top Limited trim.
The top trim comes with driver seat memory, heated steering wheel, and 11-speaker JBL sound system, plus heated and ventilated front seats. You can also add the Platinum package to the Limited trim for $2,300 Canadian. That adds a head-up display, the larger 12.3-inch touchscreen, captain's chairs, and heated second row seats. A wireless charger is standard on the top 2 trims. So that ultra big screen you see in the Highlander,
Yeah.
the way I'm reading it here, Andrea, is only available on one trim as a package.
Well, it's a package on the limited trim, and then there's the platinum trim, which is basically the same thing.
So basically you're telling me the top two trims get the big 12-inch screen, but most people don't get that.
No, most people are going to get the middle trim, which actually comes with a lot of features. I would like to see a package on the other trims in Canada where you can upgrade to that larger screen. Now, on the Pathfinder, the top screen is a 9-inch screen, so that's the biggest you're getting anyway.
I'm okay with that. Driving them both, they're both fine.
Yeah. One thing to point out is the Pathfinder actually offers a lot of value. So 2 up from the base model, you get leather appointed seats, heated rear seats, and you also get driver's seat memory. And the Pathfinder comes standard with a heated steering wheel. You can't get a heated steering wheel on the Toyota unless you buy the top trims, which I think is really strange.
It's Canada, folks.
I know,
Come on.
and also those features that are offered on the Pathfinder, just 2 up from the base model. Once again, those features are available on the top trims of the Highlander, and the Highlander does not offer wireless Apple CarPlay like the Pathfinder.
All right, so brands get into trouble with product, and it's not a hard argument to make that Nissan let the previous version of the Pathfinder rot in the marketplace for years.
Yeah.
Not anything we would ever suggest anyone buy. Now they've come back with a new product, and boy, from what we're talking about here, they offer a lot. You get a lot of features, much better looking vehicle. So they're fighting back.
They're fighting back, and it's a good thing because they were getting lost in the market in a highly competitive segment.
Andrea, they were rotting.
The Pathfinder is longer than the Highlander and offers best-in-class front legroom, extra third-row legroom, and more cargo space behind the third row compared to the Highlander. The Toyota is the winner in second-row legroom by almost 6 inches and an overall cargo capacity. Let's start with the Pathfinder first. Here's the pricing. The 2-wheel drive model in the US starts at $33,410. All-wheel drive starts at just under $44,000, and the top platinum trim is just over $54,000. There are no J.D. Power numbers for the new Pathfinder, but the previous model got an overall score of 82 out of 100 and a quality and reliability score of 83 out of 100. CarEdge states the Pathfinder will retain 45% of its value after 5 years. Here's the fuel economy. The Pathfinder gets 11.6 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 9.2 on the highway. That's 20 miles per gallon city, 25 miles per gallon highway. The Pathfinder can tow up to 6,000 pounds on all trims, but the base model, it tows 3,500 pounds. Nissan offers a warranty of 3 years or 60,000 kilometers, 36,000 miles.
Let's get into Highlander and let's get into price. In the United States, there's a base L model which isn't sold in Canada. Front-wheel drive is just over $35,000. The base model in Canada is the LE. It's sold as front-wheel drive for just over $40,000. The first all-wheel drive in Canada is almost $44,000. J.D. Power gives the Highlander an overall score and a quality and reliability score of 85 out of 100. CarEdge states that the Toyota will retain an impressive 65% of its value after 5 years. Here's the fuel economy for all-wheel drive. 11.8 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 8.6 on the highway. That's 20 miles per gallon city, 27 miles per gallon highway. The Highlander can tow 5,000 pounds and comes with a 3-year, 60,000 kilometer or 36,000 mile warranty. Okay, Andrea, what does your heart say? What does your head say?
My heart says Pathfinder because I prefer the look of it. I like the more sporty, exciting drive to it. And also, I can save a few bucks between the trims. I can save between $1,700 and $4,000 Canadian between the two.
What does your head say?
My head says Pathfinder.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For both?
Yeah, I like the Pathfinder. I'll take a chance on the Pathfinder, although I have to say Toyota, that resale value is pretty sweet.
Okay, I say my heart says Pathfinder. My head says Toyota Highlander. I like the way the Pathfinder looks. I think they did a nice job. I think the interior is nice and simple. It's easy to use.
Yep.
I don't love the super bumpy suspension. I got to be honest with you. Now, we had a chance to drive this in Eastern Canada over potholed roads, and I didn't love the suspension of the Pathfinder. I know Andrea kind of likes that kind of trucky feel. I didn't find it trucky. I just found it crashy. It kind of crashed over bumps. It wasn't what I like. The 9-speed automatic transmission, we talked about this a lot when we were driving it. It wasn't figured out yet. I think there could be some software updates to it that could make it better. It was really kind of lazy to downshift, and first gear to second gear was really quick. So those are things that Nissan definitely could work out. So that's why my brain says, Zach, go with Old Faithful, get the 8-speed automatic, get the Toyota. It's just going to work.
Funny thing is about Zach is he typically doesn't go with Old Faithful, and he doesn't really go with, oh, I'll just go with what my mind says and not my heart. It's all about his heart.
No, I just sold a Toyota Tacoma.
Yeah, but what did you buy?
I bought something else.
Let's be honest.
But I had a Toyota Tacoma for 5 years, and I bought it with my brain because I knew that it was going to sell. It's great resale. It's always going to start, and it did all of that for 5 years. What do you guys think? Which one do you love, and which one would your brain choose? It's a tough competition there.
It is. They're both great vehicles. I love the resale value on the Highlander. I love the look of the Pathfinder. Hey, I don't know. They're very different. And that's why I always say when you're looking for a vehicle, make sure you drive them because they have a very different drive to them.
All right. If you want to get a comment in, don't forget to follow Andrea's Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea. And what else do they have to do?
And you've got to subscribe, hit the bell so you can watch all those videos when they drop.
And we'll see you next week.